Peace be with you. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. I'm going to tell you a historical lesson from the Quran about children of Israel, and I'm doing this because God tells us in the Quran that we are all going to be held to the same standard across races, across time, across generations. Everybody's judged the same. So if we make the mistakes of people that came before us, then we are going to share in their destiny as well. So it's important to learn from this. In the 5th chapter of the Quran, verses 70 to 71, we're told, "Certainly we made a deal, a covenant, with the children of Israel, and we sent to them messengers. And whenever there came to them a messenger with what their souls did not desire, some they called liars, and some they killed." And now the next part is the important part. "And they thought that there would be no trial, no fitna. So they became blind and deaf. Then God turned to them mercifully. But many of them became blind and deaf, and God is well seeing what they do." So yeah, these verses are talking about children of Israel, but this is a historical lesson. They're talking about all of us. If you are a Muslim, if you call yourself a Muslim, then guess what? You have a covenant with God. You have a deal with God, and God sent to you a messenger. And if you think that there's going to be no trial, no fitna, and you feel comfortable in this world, then you're making the same mistake. They thought that they would not be tried, so they became complacent. And this is exactly what happens to a lot of us who call ourselves Muslims. A lot of Muslims think that they are just fine with the title Muslims, just like children of Israel thought that they were fine with their title. So these people now, who come generations after children of Israel, they don't feel like they have to study the Quran and know the rules and follow them with sincerity that are due to it. Unfortunately, they're doing this to their own detriment, and that is why I'm making this video. In the Quran, God tells us in the 3rd chapter of the Quran, verse 142, we're told, "Do you think that you will enter the garden while God has not yet known those who strive hard from among you and know the patient?" God also tells us in the 47th chapter of the Quran, verse 31, "And most certainly we will try you until we know those among you who exert themselves hard and the patient and made your case clear." We are to be tried, and all of us are going to be tried differently. But the point I'm trying to make is the complacency. If you think that you're not going to be tried and you are complacent, then you are almost certain to fail, and that is the precedent that the lessons of the children of Israel teach us in the Quran. To be a Muslim is difficult. It requires knowledge. You need to know what you're supposed to do, and then it requires discipline. And you can acquire that discipline by repeat study and repeat attempts at applying what you've learned through fasting and prayer. But you have to expect that you will be tested, because God is not a liar. All of us are going to be tested in whatever way. So we have to be aware of that, and we always have to be on guard, for that test is going to happen almost every day. Don't make the same mistakes that people before you made and cause their own destruction. Do not get complacent if you are a Muslim. Peace be with you.